Good morning, guys. Morning, chat. Morning, all. Hope we are well. Let's get it. Let's get it. Camera is a little bit high, isn't it? Let's lower this down just a bit. Something like that. There we go. That should do. And hope we are all well. Bears on the move. I think there's a bit of bears, a bit of bulls. Everyone is on the move. Let's bring up the chat here. Let's bring up the chat. Pop up chat. And we'll get with our analysis soon in a second. Bear with me. All right. So let's have a look what we got going on here. All right, great. So GJ, very interesting. Sell off yesterday, rejected. We never got a close above this daily resistance. Daily resistance was key. We had buys up to this 500 level, rejected the 500 level and came down. So yeah, there was definitely some options in New York for sales. I think selling in here was a little bit early, possibly below here, but we had rejections. Once we had this 4-hour bearish candle close, sales were easy here, but this is outside my session. And then I was not trading New York yesterday, but I saw everyone smash New York yesterday. Super easy sells here. Price creates a target, pulls back, closes bearish at resistance, respecting this resistance here. Entry at the break of the lows, and it doesn't get more straightforward. A little bit upset I kind of missed this. This is really nice, 24 pips for a 39 pip target here. Yeah, a little bit upset that I was not at the charts at that time. I was not expecting it to move that nicely. It was a very easy move here, and yeah, I should have been there at the charts and made an effort to at least put an alert, or even though that I'm out, I should have checked the chart. So yeah, that's how it is. All good though, you know, we move on, no FOMO. And we move to today. So today, when we come to the charts, we saw that the daily candle here has closed doji. Not much information from this daily candle. Is that the case? Yeah, that's the case amongst all other brokers. But the information we do have is it's closing above this daily support here, right? So we remove all the lines and we can see we're still respecting this daily support. So until we get a candle closing below this 163.530, you know, we are still technically bullish. Once we start closing back in the range, we can look to trade back down to the lows of the range and maybe create a higher range in here. But until that happens, we're still bullish. 4-hour time frame, we tried to close back in the range, retested the support, rejected, and now we're closing bullish before our session here. So bullish before our session, we have a nice target, gonna bring back the drawings. Boom, big mess now. And we can see basically we have this support here. This is a 30-minute. I need to clean the charts here, so this is gonna be irrelevant. This goes bye-bye. And this 30-minute here might be relevant. Let's see on the 15. Yeah, I'm gonna leave this for now because it was yesterday's range high. I'm gonna leave this as just watch area maybe, because it's yesterday's range that we broke down, tried to break back up. This daily resistance is of course going to be very important here, but what's more important I think is this 164.181. That's gonna be more important here. So maybe I'll move it. I'll decide in a minute here. We obviously have this resistance here. Let me just see lower time frame. Yeah, I'm gonna just leave that just as a watch area. But really we need to be watching this resistance here basically, right? So apart from that, we have two bullish candles closing here. We have 1 week bearish candles. Lows is being respected. Lows of that candle is being respected across all. Here we have 3 week bullish candles here. This is what it more looks like on the brokerage firm. So we need to start breaking up, to be honest, or breaking lows here. So if we start breaking above these highs here, I think we can see buys work out for today. For sells, you know, it is a possibility, but to be honest, selling into this is very dangerous. Selling into this, I think if sells come today, they'll come in the same area as yesterday, getting below this area, but selling into 163.500, which is this resistance here, you can see how important this resistance, and we're just holding a higher range above it here. So selling into that is going to be very, very dangerous. So I would prefer to see buys, maybe possible breakout buys above this basically resistance we have here. I'll just measure the range now to see what we have to trade above this resistance. Like that. So the range we have is basically 14 pips, and then above the 33.2. So if this breaks out early, you need volume to catch a breakout trade. If you're not going to have volume, this is where you're going to get the fake out, right? So this, everyone's going to take buys, you're going to fake out and come back in the range. So you need to be very careful with that. And I would prefer, because if you look at this scenario here, for example, right, it's going to be a similar scenario to this. If you're looking for buys above this zone here, and you said, okay, any candles closing above this resistance, I can tap this LTA to the left, and you go to the next candle, and you're like, oh great, there's a buy opportunity here, and you go to take buys. And when you go to take buys above here, right, what's in this looks super good, right? Stops below here. But what ends up happening? Boom, stops you out in one candle, fake out here, gets rejected, and you're donezo, right? And that's basically it. The reason why, no volume at this time. This is 5:15 a.m. There's no volume at this time. Similar to now, we are not seeing strong volume. We are just seeing these fake outs. So we need to see price close above, hold support, and then we can get the continuation. If this move up happens pre-London, which it looks like it's trying to do now, be very, very careful that we don't get what we got yesterday, which is a push up and then this heavy rejection into London Open. So I would prefer to see pull back down to retest this support to take buys back up to here. That would be the ideal scenario. Or we try to find support above here. But I would definitely watch this zone here. It could be dangerous to buy into, right? Preferably an hour close above here will give us. I need an hour probably closing above 163.858 would be better. If we could get the hour to close above 163.858, that would give us the confidence for price to continue once we see it respected on lower time frames. But for now, we are not seeing that, right? So let's have a look at gold here. That's GJ. Hope you guys enjoyed that analysis. Pretty simple and nice day. Let's have a look at the daily, how the daily closed here on gold. Daily here on gold closed bullish, and we are closed just above this resistance here. So this is a bottom wick, and we tapped into this resistance. If this current daily closes bearish here, this might be a good option for sells, right? But we are not looking like that at the moment, right? Remember how high a time frame is. This could just be a monthly top wick here. This could be the top wick of the monthly for the monthly later to flip. Weekly at the same time can also still flip, right? By tomorrow, it's still a possibility. Daily can create resistance, but for today's session, we are technically, you know, kind of in a mixed area here. So we just move this up to here. We have a 4-hour resistance here. This is our 4-hour support. All right, 4-hour support. And we're kind of trading in between here. So let's see what lower time frame tells us. Any information? No, that's extremely messy. Yeah, gold is a little bit tough today. I don't like all of this chop here. It's quite choppy. Let me just double check the news. Today is Thursday. We have some Euro news at 2 p.m. USD news, nothing. Unemployment claims at 5:30. That might move the market here. Otherwise, from that, we look pretty clean day today on news terms. So for gold is quite hard to make a plan at the moment. Yeah, this could possibly be a no trade day if you're trading gold. I think if you're gonna look for sells on gold, you need to sell. We need to wait, because I mean sells could make sense here, but we have all of this support, right? So it doesn't make, it's not a good idea, you know. I think we already hit target. Sells were probably from the top of the range. For buys though, if you start getting volume on gold here, you can look for price to pull back, create some sort of support in this zone to target something up here, right? But that's about it for gold, you know, nothing much. So yeah, focus, I'm gonna keep on GJ here. And yeah, let's see what questions I have missed. Morning guys. Good morning from Bulgaria. Do you use smart money trader for your setup? Nope, I don't use smart money trading for my setups. I use price action. Yo, I'm here. What did I miss? You missed the GJ analysis. That's about it, bro. Nice analysis. Thank you. So yeah. So if you enjoyed the analysis, you know the drill, guys. We need to do the YouTube business. And the YouTube business is, if you're new to the channel, you don't know what YouTube business is. But on YouTube, you have to do a bit of business. Otherwise, nothing happens, right? Otherwise, nothing happens. And the YouTube business is, if you enjoyed the analysis, I'd appreciate if you left a like, right? If you left a like, it would really help the stream. Same analysis, only looking for GJ buys. By the way, where is Tradesharpe from? Where are you from? I am living in Dubai. Originally from England. Did I draw any support and resistance on 1 hour time frame? There's nothing really I thought was too interesting. I put this as a watch area because of these wick reactions. This is obviously our 1 hour resistance. We have a support here. Selling into 163,500 is not a good idea, right? So that's not what I want to be doing, selling into this zone. Very heavy rejection here. And yeah, a little bit tough. But for 1 hour, there's nothing really. I saw this daily resistance important because that's our yesterday's daily resistance. I'm keeping that marked up because that was key yesterday. We kept rejecting it. We came back and rejected. I'll probably move this a little bit down now like this. Until we get a close above this zone, we don't really see good continuation, like a close above here. Thank you, Air Trader. Appreciate it. The funny thing, guys, I'll tell you something funny. When I started the stream, there was like 45 people here. So they this tells me everyone came for the analysis. And once they took my ideas for the analysis, they leave. Okay, thank you very much. Bye-bye. Fair enough. I mean, if you don't want to stay here and catch some vibes and stuff like that, I mean, you'll learn a lot more than that, right? You will learn a lot more. Then watch. If GJ starts to try break up, watch the stream views start to increase when GJ is trying to break up to see what I have to say, if I agree with buys or not. Can you cover EJ? Yeah, I'll have a look at EJ, no problem. Let's have a look at EJ. EJ trading at the highs. I spoke to someone earlier about this. Daily candle is bullish here, right? So daily candle, you actually have a big range. Daily candle can look to push up possibly to this wick here at 145.839, 146. 4 hour time frame has closed above the range here. So this is what I was talking to someone in I was talking to someone in the group, in the Discord group, which if you haven't joined, you can join. It's very useful. You can ask questions and I will reply, and there's plenty of people to help you. And he's like, I'm looking for sells because price tapped the top of the range here. And I said, there's nothing on the chart that tells you to sell. The bias is bullish. And I said, if this 4 hour candle closes above the range, you can target the highs here at 145.589. So we saw the 4 hour close above the range, which gives you a bullish bias. And if you can continue holding support above here, I think buys look good, right? So if price can remain above this basically resistance here, I don't see why EJ doesn't continue up during the day. And I think it's a good buy option, right? So yeah, I think that'll be looking quite nice on EJ, to be honest. Yeah, maybe close above this 15-minute resistance. Above here. See what we have. Be careful of this. Then this. Those are your zones. We go have a look. Yeah, you have some range. So you have 10 pips and then 27 pips to the high. So that could be your option on EJ. And yeah. Yesterday I gave a free signal to someone on Euro USD. They took that. Yes, Ivan. Very good. Are you a prop firm trader or just retail? How is prop firm not retail? Please explain to me how prop firm is not retail. Prop firm is retail. I trade with my own funds, which is better than prop firm. It will change when you take your first trade online. Yeah, I'm waiting, but there's nothing. Plus, it's early. This is the pre-session. That's why it's pre-session. Morning, Harry. I am right on recalling during my time with this excellent. Monty at his London streams lasted. Amazing. Good morning. Then people will wait for you to take a trade. Just wondering why you decided to have shorter streams. Yes, the reason I decided to have shorter streams is because the biggest problem with streams is that people just sit on streams and wait for signals and they don't actually learn. Also, when after the streams, London session, I'm concentrating on my trading, not answering questions, not managing all of the accounts and stuff like that, because I'm doing this for me, not for others, right? And the reason I do this shorter stream is so that people actually learn and benefit from this, right? So the way you benefit is that we give a plan. The way to become a good trader is to build confidence. And you're not going to be able to build confidence from just following a streamer's technique of buys above here, sells below here. You'll always see that a streamer, like the typical streamer, will always have buys above here, sells below here, and use a very basic strategy, but their biggest trades are taken off stream. The reason why their biggest trades are taken off stream is because that demands more concentration and something a little bit more advanced that they can't really explain on stream. So that's why I made these a little bit shorter, to give a happy medium, right? Because I have other things to do. I can't be sitting on here for 4 hours, right? Using some simple strategy. So I want you guys to build the confidence. That's why I jump on here, give a plan, talk about my ideas, and then all the trades I share in the group anyways. Can you please tell me a sign of weakness, sign of strength? Candle closures. How strong is candle closing? If they're closing strong, it's good sign that we should get continuation. If they're closing weak, maybe we'll head down, right? Now we have a look at Euro USD, no problem. Start on the daily here. So daily time frame closed at this resistance, but still closing bullish. But 4 hour I think will be closing bearish. So yeah, 4 hours closing bearish here, but we have this support right here at whatever it is, 1.63. So I'd watch this support for rejection. Be very, very careful at that support. The 1 hour at the same time is, you can move this a little bit up. Yeah, so if you can get and hold resistance below this support here, 1.634, you can get continuation down towards these levels. That would be the plan on Euro USD here. Yeah, below this support, get a close, pull back, respect it, and then take the continuation sells. I would not take the first close below because that sometimes you can get rejection. The second break is the one that will probably work out. But yeah, that's the plan for that. Okay, GJ breaking out now. Let's see if the stream views increase. So we have 43 people watching now. Let's see if we get 50 people watching because GJ is trying to break out. Watch. Let's see if my concept is correct. What made me switch to Forex from crypto? Forex has a lot more accurate times, right? Volume times, I mean. So, and the patterns repeat a lot more often in Forex than in crypto. In crypto, it can randomly move. Sometimes it moves in Asian session, sometimes it moves by New York, sometimes it moves by London, and it's too random. And sometimes it ranges for a long amount of time. Volume is low, and I found more consistency in trading Forex. What's the difference between order blocks and supply and demand? Well, supply and demand is just strong zones, and order blocks is also a form of strong zones, but supply and demand is kind of like a zone. An order block, I think people would classify. I mean, don't quote me. I'm not a smart money trader. You can ask a smart money trader, but I would believe an order block is a certain formation from a certain zone, right? Harry, please talk about the importance of bottom wick on a bullish candle. Is it like a liquidity grab giving extra volume? Yeah, I would say bottom wicks on a candle is always good to see because it shows you that the zone is being respected in order to continue up, right? So it's good to see a bottom wick for sure. But sometimes in heavy volume like London Open, you won't get a bottom wick. And sometimes you just have to enter without the bottom wick, otherwise you might miss the move. But if you're not comfortable doing it and you're happy to miss the trade, then, miss the trade. I thought you work with smart money concepts. I can see your strategy. Yes, I don't. I work with price action. I like price action. So they're somewhat the same. I would, same but different. You know what I mean? It's gonna break above. Well, we'll see. There's a closure here in 27 seconds. So in 27 seconds, you'll have the answer if this closes above. If this closes above, this is a good sign that we might have potential continuation. But for me, I want to see an hourly close above because we've been ranging for very long. And the one thing that did not happen is we did not get an hourly candle closing above this zone here. We did get a 30-minute try to close above. We had a 15-minute also trying to close above. And all of those failed. But the one thing that did not close above was the hourly, right? So that's why I want to see an hourly. And we can see that this current 30-minute has failed as well to close above. So there's no continuation. Is volume determined by the body of the candle or the wick? It's determined by the body of the candle and how the candle is moving, right? How fast is it moving? Like, obviously, it doesn't take a genius to understand that these type of candles here are high volume candles, right? You can see how big the body is. It was moving fast. If you go on 1 minute and look back at this time, you can see how fast it was moving, right? In 1 minute, from here to here, in just 1 minute, we moved 20 pips in 1 minute. So that is telling you that that's high volume, right? Another way to identify volume is the actual time. Are we close to London Open? Are we just after London Open? All of these will dictate when there will be volume in the markets in order for you to take a trade. Patience is key to your setups. You got a good trading style. Patience is my biggest source of income, right? I'll let that sit with you. Listen to that carefully. Right? Patience is very important in trading, and it's why many fail, because they aren't patient. If there's no setup for me, I don't take it. I haven't missed anything because it's not my trade. There's always, you have to focus on things that you know. You have to focus on getting things that you know you're going to get right long term, because that's how you generate income in this game. It's not about taking every single trade you see on the screen. That's the biggest mistake people make, is they take every single trade they see on the screen and then they just end up in a loss anyways. That's where they got wrong, right? Talking about supply and demand, do you have a video? Yes, I do have. If you check my my YouTube channel, right? Go on my YouTube channel and go and see the recent video. There's a recent video on supply and demand. Is trading my only income? No, it's not my only income. And before, let me answer your question, right? Before you ask me what is your other incomes, I do have other business incomes. I also have crypto investments, and I also have other investments. Because trading is not full time. You can't trade full time. I mean, if you're trading one session, you're trading 4 hours. That's not full time. You have the rest of the day to do other things. So you can focus your time to other things, right? So if you could make income in other ways, why wouldn't you? It's stupid not to, right? And I don't want to be at the charts for 12 hours trading Asian, London, and New York. No, you don't need that. That's too much stress. There's too much headache. And it's like, why do you want to do that? You'll just burn out too quick and you won't remain long term in this game. Yeah, exactly. It's not healthy at all. You don't want to be living that lifestyle, right? Where you're just trying to. The whole point we start trading is to free time, right? We otherwise you just work a 12-hour job. It's no point. We want a free time. We want to be in the markets, get out of the markets, and that's it. Be done. Stress free. If you're holding a swing trade, that's a different plan, right? Specifically, Harry, why is a green candle more bullish with a bottom wick than without a bottom wick? Does that mean the bottom wick is stronger? The longer the bottom wick, the stronger the push? Not technically, because take this example here as a pretty long wick, but we're not pushing up. So that this wick becomes irrelevant because we're at resistance. So if there's a long wick on a candle, for example here, right? And we closed outside of the zone, now you have two confirmations in order to give you a potential breakout here. That longer wick, all that wick, you see wicks, once you understand this, that wicks are candles on lower time frames. If you see a long wick, you mean that there's a rejection on lower time frames. That's all it's showing you. So the longer the wick, the bigger the rejection is. Which also means that it might need to pull back before continuing, right? So when you're looking at a wick, don't overcomplicate it. Just focus on where is the zones. Am I closing above the zone, closing below? And if there's a wick that's giving you, that is retesting the zone. So let's say we get a candle close above here and the next candle with a wick retests here and rejects it quickly. That gives you good confidence that, oh, maybe we can see that this is going to give us a nice push up. That's how it's simply done. The current resistance is drawn from 1 hour. Yep, 1 hour. And this 30-minute resistance here, same thing. Can you go over how you dressed your charts? Yeah, for sure. If you go also in my 2023 Forex course around 20 minutes in the video, there's a section there that tells you how I mark up my charts. But I start from daily time frame. I mark the daily resistance, any daily support. I go to then the 4-hour time frame here and I look for any support and resistance. This resistance here is also the 4-hour resistance. Then our next 4-hour resistance is up here, but that's close to the daily, so I left it like that. I next go to the 1 hour. We have a resistance here on the 1 hour. This is a support from yesterday that we keep rejecting, so I mark that. You can see the support here, maybe more accurate like that, right? And the 30 and then the 15-minute, and that's your zones. Very simple. You're one of the best YouTubers I've watched, bro, and believe me, I've watched it a lot. Thank you, man. I appreciate the support. I'm glad you enjoy it. Goal is for more people to find this, right? More people find the channel, the more can benefit from it. But YouTube does not help with that. Does not help. Seems now we're stuck on 50 viewers on the live stream. The goal last month was to get to 100 viewers. So it's going to carry over to this month to try get to 100 viewers. And you'll see, whoever's here now watching, we'll see if we achieve that goal or not. And maybe you can be a part of it. But I need to find some way that will help me push this out, because I can't share it. I can only share it in whatever groups I've made and stuff like this and whatever. How to calculate with respect lot size? Why no need? Oh, with risk lot size. Well, it's pretty simple, right? If you know that 1 pip on 1 lot is equal to $10, you can calculate that. So calculate your stop loss. Say your stop loss here, say you only want to risk $20 per trade or $10, so it's easy to calculate. And we have a stop loss here of 17 pips. You can average it, right? So let's say make this 20 pips. So that means you have to be using a 0.05 lot. Or alternatively, if you can't calculate that, go and use something called a lot size calculator. All you have to do is put your stop loss, right? Put your stop loss, put your the amount you want to risk, and it will calculate it for you, right? So if you go to Google and search lot size calculator, you'll see it. But look, I put the position on the screen, views jump to but no, we'll see what happens here. It's a bit of low volume at the moment. See if we can get the breakout. I quite like the way this is setting up here, how it's ranging like this. Because this is showing us there's low volume, and if there's low volume, you know, the bigger the range, the bigger the breakout. There's no reason why we can't see some big move happen, you know, boom, just breaks out the range. You see price start rocketing. Should be nice. As expected, gold is doing absolutely nothing. This is just knocking at the top of the range here, trying to, you know how many people, you know, you guys have to be happy and respect that there's so many people here who are urging to get into a trade that they entered on just this wick here. They entered, tried to take a buy here because they thought it was breaking out. Maybe the 5-minute tried to close above, and they were desperate to get into this trade, and now they're all holding drawdown and stuck. And now they're holding something called bad drawdown because you don't even have price closing above this zone. So now they're not sure if it's going to head up, and they're not going to be sure if it's going to go down, stop them out. They're all wondering, right? But two bullish candles closing outside of the range, the same length body, but one of them has a bottom wick and one of them does not have a bottom wick. Why the one with the bottom wick is seen as stronger? I don't know who you're hearing this from, but you're overcomplicating it so much. But most candles have top wicks and bottom wicks. And if it does have a bottom wick, you don't have to worry about it because let's say it's a 15-minute candle. If it's a 15-minute candle that closed outside the range without a bottom wick, that means that the 30-minute might not have a bottom wick because the 30-minute will close in 15 minutes. So that means if that closes above, then the 30-minute might, the next 15 might come down and make a new bottom wick. So don't overcomplicate that, right? Did you draw the 163.854 resistance? Yes, it is from, no, it's from the current consolidation, just from this. That's why I drew it a short one, just to cover the current consolidation. Three minutes till this candle closes. Will we get the breakout? We shall see. It's not the money on YouTube, man. I'm not looking for the money on YouTube. It's not that. If I was doing this for purely the money, then I would have stopped a long time ago, right? Not profitable at all. I do it out of passion. I have passion for it. And I also want to pass value because I enjoy passing value. And then you get returns eventually. I do have a TikTok, by the way, and I do post videos on TikTok, and I do post videos of my trades, but the algorithm has not been helping recently. I also do that on Instagram, so if you haven't followed me on Instagram, link is in the description. I don't believe he is still streaming. No, he's not. Alright, this candle is about to close here. Wonder if it will close above. $5-minute, you can use 5-minute as confirmation, but it's very weak confirmation. You need high volume. It's just we've never seen volume at this time in the past, so this will be the first day. If today we push at this time, I take note that today we finally started seeing volume early. Not finally, but we've seen volume early, so maybe I can look to take a position the next time we see volume at this time. But I have not seen volume at this time, so anything closing here, as I said, I want the hour to close. The hour to close will be very, very important here, because that's what all of these candles could not do. Ascending triangle, yes, that is a pattern. How long on average you stay in a trade? I would say on average we're probably looking at 30 minutes, 15 to 30 minutes. Well, that's more than double. I said 15 to 30 is like double 15, so I'd say 30 average. Some even less, to be honest. Am I gonna enter on the hour close? Did I take trades yesterday? Yes, I did take trades yesterday. I shared it in the group. If you go to the Discord, you can see in stream trades, not stream trade, but that's stream trades. That's the channel. We discussed it on stream. I took it and you can see exactly what happened. I show my MT5 so you can see that I actually did take it, and it's not monopoly trading, because we do none of that here. Am I going to enter on the hour close? I would like to see if the hour closes above. Yeah, it's going to give me options to enter. I won't enter specifically on the hour close. I would want to see how the 15 is looking at that time, because if the 15 is bearish but the hour is bullish, I might have to wait for the 15 to break the high or something like that, you know. So I assume you don't always target 1 to 2 RR. I don't focus on RR. Sometimes it's 1 to 3, sometimes it's 1 to 5, sometimes it's 1 to 1. Whatever the market gives me, I will take, because that's my goal. My goal is not to dictate how much the market gives me. If you dictate how much the market gives you, you're never going to succeed. But if you target proper strategy, like, you know, there's no reason why I can run a 27 pip stop here, okay, but target only this resistance here. As an example, I'm not saying that that's the case, but as an example, target this resistance here. If I target this resistance here, it makes sense because price has a good opportunity to stop here. This is where price can stop. But you're going to try hold the trade because you want more money, but the market is only giving you till here. Even though your stop loss is big, if the trade closes back in the range, you can close it anyways. You have total control of what you want to do. So sometimes you just have to take what the market gives you. They're slowly increasing, slowly but surely. Yeah, so we didn't get that 15 close above, keeping us safe. But I'm confused. Buy due to supply zone around 163.943. 163.943. Where's your supply? There's no supply. I don't know what supply. On what time frame? I mostly use 30-minute time frame to trade, but I saw most of your entries in 15. Yes, that's just a personal thing. I rather enter on the 15. But if a 30-minute candle makes sense to close, I'll take the trade on a 30-minute, right? Just depends. Anything on oil. I don't personally look at oil. If you want a special request for me to look at oil, I can. Just let me know if you want crude or Brent or whatever. Which one? Have I got a funded account or have I ever had one? No, I've never had a funded account. I have never even applied for one, so... You mean this one here? No, this is not really a supply. This is just a small pause we had in the market yesterday. And I'm using this as a target for today. So that's why I'm waiting for close outside this zone and showing me it respected it. Yeah, don't worry about that. Don't worry. We already tested it. Look, price tested. Price tested this. It rejected it. We saw the reaction. So if it's going to close above here again, we're okay to continue. Because it's already been tested. It's not something new. Do you treat supply and demand like support and resistance? Yes, I do. Exactly. It's exactly the same. The only difference between it is one is strong and one is less strong. Supply and demand is stronger. It's just a fancy name that people like to use on YouTube. For me, it's just strong support and strong resistance. It is fancy names. Everything comes from price action. Everything is based on price action. That's the only thing you can use. You don't have any other option, right? There's no way you can prove that there's liquidity of orders sitting here. You're only saying that is because obviously liquidity means price will move quickly. So you've seen in the past when price does a certain action on the chart, it does a certain type of movement, it causes a certain reaction. So for every action there's a reaction, and based on those you can take a trade, but you put fancy names and fancy names behind it, because in the Forex markets you can't see order flow. Order flow, you can't see it. No matter what people tell you. I know there's people online who say, yeah, we've seen order flow, blah blah blah, order flow indicator. It's not true. You can't see order flow in the Forex markets. Do I adjust my daily zone in the hourly? Yes, I do. You can adjust it. It's okay. If it's like 3-4 pips, does not matter. Do I trade New York session? No, I don't trade New York session. I maybe trade it like once a week when I'm not busy during New York, but I'm normally doing other things during New York, and I stick to London. This pair is super popular pair, but it moves weird. It moves very weird, but super popular. Not bad. I mean, yeah, you can trade it. This is pretty easy trade here. Very interesting. Do I mind repeating what I was saying about Delaware? Yes, if you search online Delaware LLC, it's a tax haven in US. You can launch a business anywhere in the world from Delaware LLC. You just need to register for an American bank account with an agent that can get you an EIN number, and you can open a business from there. You can check Delaware LLC. Harvard has a website. Why did I move to Dubai? Because I was born here. So I didn't move here, I live here. What makes you choose GJ as your pair? Yes, it is because of volatility, and also I trade London session. So GU, I don't want to trade GU. EU, I did not want to trade EU because I don't want to be trading. I didn't want to trade USD pairs. I didn't like EU move too slow for me. GU was also a little bit indecisive, but GJ had nice volatility, and yeah, so I chose GJ. Okay, we're getting a breakout now with 4 minutes. If this just pushes up, then we miss the move, and what can we do? It's not in our plan, right? We have, look guys, you don't need to panic. We have a lot of space to buy here. Look how much space we have to buy. So trying to get in here is not going to be an issue, right? You have above here, we have 38 pip range, 21 pip range. Above here, you know, 50 pip range and plus, you know, so no rush. So don't panic, guys. Don't panic. Right? Make sure to trade your setups, right? No FOMO. Plus, this candle hasn't even closed above the zone, so it's irrelevant anyways. This will also be the 1 hour close, right? Very interesting. If I don't see an entry in London session, do I find a trade in New York session? If I am trading New York, then yeah, but most days I'm not trading New York anyway, so then I just wait till the next day, you know, it's no rush. Once you start risking a certain amount, you only need a couple of good trades a week and you can be happy. No need to force trades every single day. And even if you're not risking a good amount, learn to just trade like that, you know, because the more positions you take, you think it's more positions you take, more profitability, but it doesn't work like that. I don't know of any trader who takes 50 positions or like even 10 positions in a day and is successful. I don't know any trader. It's not, just doesn't work. I mean, they add positions, yeah, but it's all one position. I know traders who take multiple positions, but it's not 10 different trades. It's 10 positions of the same trade. Okay, 1 minute till this candle closes here. Let's see if we get the close above or not. That's gambling? Yeah, it can be gambling. I've never been mentored directly by anyone, but he's a good guy, definitely learned a lot. I used to live in Murdiv. Nice. All right, 1 hour did close above here. We have a 15-minute candle closing barely above. Weak 15-minute, but the 1 hour has closed above. So, with that being said, I do like this. I do like that the 1 hour has closed above. We probably need to be trading above the high here in order to get continuation. I would have hoped that we close back above this support here, but we haven't. So, we have to look on lower time frame to see maybe if we do get a close back above this support. But I don't like the way we're rejecting. But this 1 hour close gives us confidence. Going into London, maybe at the break of the highs, there could be an option to continue the buys here, right? Problem is our resistance is only 10 pips away, so we have to make a decision. But it'll be like a 19 pip stop. Maybe not a bad idea here. Also be a break of the 4 hour highs. Yeah, so maybe possibly a break of the highs could be an option here, right? You trade like Raja Banks? Not exactly. I trade price action. I believe Raja Bank does trade price action. So there will be similarities, you know. It's like footballers, right? Everyone plays football in a similar way, but have their slight differences, slight styles, slight technique. But there's only, you know, you can't kick a ball with your head, you know, all the time. You know, you're not running around the field hitting a ball with your head. It's, you know. So yeah, I think that will be the plan here. Basically, potentially at the break of the highs. I'm just worried about this resistance here. That would be the only concern, but this is making a nice bottom wick. How many positions do I take in a trade? Well, something like this, I'll take one position only. So yeah, you guys know the plan here. And this is where you have to build the confidence to execute on the plan. It's a pretty clear plan. Just wait for the options to play out. You know what I said about breaking the high, it could be the option. Just make sure this 15-minute does not close back in the range. If it does, you need to wait for a close above. Watch this resistance here. And yeah, pretty simple. That'll basically be it for today. You guys know the plan, right? I want to see you guys, if you take the trades in the group, please send in the group. If I do take a trade, I will share it as always. And yeah, I appreciate you guys showing up. Please leave a like. If you're new, welcome. I hope you find these streams very useful and educational to, you know, ask questions and stuff like that. Plan is pretty simple here. All we have to do is wait for the plan and execute on it. And you guys need to build the confidence to take it. So that's the trick here. So I hope to see you guys do that. And yeah, with that being said, take care guys, and I'll catch you on the next stream. Peace.